Writing this preface has proven to be the hardest part of this book. I have tried out different versions of the first 20 pages to friends and family, with everyone having a significant reaction, positive and negative, but always using emotional language on the tone versus commenting on the content. In some ways that should not be surprising given the politics of the current world. A 30-minute conversation with a bartender at pizza place at 3 p.m. while watching the World Cup is one of the most revealing. She was not particularly busy, and small talk wandered into me talking in general terms about what I was writing. She was an engineering student at the University of Central Florida bartending to earn some money, so I assumed the conversation would drift into carbon content, temperature rise, or sea levels. But she said, "Don't judge me, but my boyfriend races cars on the weekend." That judgment concern has come up several times in feedback, either explicitly or implied. Here is the problem when talking about the climate. It is all about judgments, and a substantial number of topics are fact-based, not guesses. So a person can easily feel judged. My book addresses the topic from a project management perspective, which is all about taking information and making a judgment based on imperfect data. That is why this topic goes straight to emotional reactions, since personal actions can be considered good or bad in a climate discussion context. That's a morality discussion. Let me be clear. I do not care if you race cars. We all have good and bad climate pieces in our lives. I have solar panels that provide 50% of my electricity usage, and I drive a VW Atlas SUV. This book talks about climate energy systems and why we are failing so badly in slowing carbon emissions. This book is meant to challenge what you think you know about climate change at a strategic level. You will have some of your beliefs challenged because it's an ethical issue, not a moral one. My background has a strong military flavor to it, so if it is a bit harsh at times I am not going to apologize. I have had more than heated discussion in my life where the question of funding today's requirement that might save a soldier's life this year has to balance against the cost of people dying in the future because modernization is delayed. Those are not conversations where there is a clear right or wrong answer from a moral perspective, but have to be judged by what is ethical for the group. In philosophy, it resembles the trolley car illustration. When I talk about fossil fuels, to me, it is very much the same sort of question. I am authoring this book to fill a void in the discussion of climate change that to me is as obvious as it is dangerous. I have watched enough influencer videos to understand that in their eyes I am a climate heretic. Read on if you don't mind having your climate assumptions challenged. If you consider the Paris Accords a failure and understand no one nation can fix the problem, you might be a heretic and not know it.